Hello guys again, this is me. I'm actually returning from my first piece of garden, which I just came out and do a small well, not really a small video, but a lectural video. Um, I'm heading back down right now to my second piece of garden. I just went and checked my animals, so I'm heading back down. Well, actually my goats, really. But besides my goats, I actually do want to get into livestock. I want to do livestock on a big, you know. I got the lands, so I want to do it big. Okay. Um, One person always told me that if I want to do business, it's better that I think big. It's better that I go big than actually going small. So there, as you can see, is my ship. I bought a ship from someone a few days ago. I think just yesterday. Oh yeah, I think it's just yesterday. So what I'm actually going to be doing now is I'm going to be actually going to some very good livestock. I want to do a lot of animals, which is going to be, as I said from my earlier video, less timing to consume because I got other businesses to focus on. So I got a female sheep. This was not my actual intention. I was actually looking for a male. That's the reason when you buy animals big, they're not used to you, so they actually behave in this type of manner. So it's not going to be my problem later. Sooner or later it's going to get comfortable. So I'm going to give it some time. It's just the second day it's here. So I expect that it's going to be, you know, in a frightful movement. So actually, I have to change it. I'm going to go change it. I'm going to give it a new area to eat. And this is going to be my investment for my lands. Because as you can see, I don't got the time. Yes, my figs are heaving up very nice. I don't know if someone's watched my video when I had them very small. Now they're actually up. Some looking to throw anytime soon, and the rest are looking to develop more. So that's a very good thing for me. I do have plans for the top up there, but still I have to wait to see what's taking place. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be actually going and change this animal. I'm going to give it a new place to eat. I'm going to put it a little higher up in front there, let it eat. All back to that stuff there. Yeah. So this is one of my very good requirements. I want to actually help everyone who is doing farming. My take on farming is actually investing. Farming is a very long-term investment. If you have a job on the side and when you do animals, it's good, right? Anything I do, I want to share it with you guys. I want to see you guys. I want to show you guys how I take something that it's gonna bother me and make it into something that I'm gonna love. That's me. So that's what I'm gonna actually do here. I'm not really a lover of animals in the sense that I'm gonna kill them or ill-treat them. No, I didn't grow up with the intention of doing plenty animals like in farming. I was actually more. These were my thing: planting, provision, big times, short crop, cabbage, lettuce, tomatoes. These are my thing. But actually, I'm gonna give the livestock a very good hit. It's actually a less stressing investment. It's actually a less costly investment. You're just gonna have to buy the medicine and ensure you tie your animals in places that there is food. That's just it. And when you got the young ones, you build a pen, you shade them, and you actually give them the nurturing that they need. And that animal is gonna come. You don't need to spend $1 for um, replenishing. That's something that's actually off already. That's a money off already. The only money that you're going to think about doing is actually spending to get an animal. After you get an animal, there is nothing else much to do. It's just give that animal proper caring, give it water, give it food, and actually just let it mate. And after it mates, what do you got? You got a lot of food, you got a lot of money. The only thing you got to spend on, if you find it looking a little bit sungu, you got to give it some medicine. And how much for medicine? It may be $98, $100 for a very good medicine. And the medicine might be in, you could say, 1.5 liter bottle or maybe more, based on your region. And you don't got much work to do. You don't have no big set of spending to do because these are a livelihood investment that's going to replenish itself. So those are things you want to think about. You want to sit and think very good before you get into business. You don't want to get into any business that's going to cost you. You want to get into business that you're going to have to do less spending. That's what every business person loves. More profits and the less money they spend to actually keep the business running. So these are one of the less costly investments that I can recommend to any person willing to do business and you got lands. I'm gonna say fence your land, buy a few animals. You don't take time, you don't take money. All what you take is just a little bit of caring. And as long as you give them that caring, there is nothing much to do. So that's it. I'm not gonna spend any more time here. I'm gonna change this animal, which I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna put it into an area that is gonna be eating more. I got the land for it already, but I don't want to spoil it as yet. So I have it into this garden here for now, helping me do some cleaning for now. And then sooner or later, when I fence up the bigger area where I'm gonna put it, I'm gonna bring it up there. Alright? Before I do bring it up there, I actually want it to give me a first replenishing. I want to bring it by one of my partner. He got a ram, a very nice ram. I want to see if we get a ram ship for it. So it's going to be giving it the servicing that it needs. I don't gonna have to go begging anyone else for service. That's why I buy male and female. But in my disc, I couldn't get a male and female, so I had to get a female alone, and it was a big one. It gives me a little hope that it's already big, so it's just a service. I might get 2 or 3 out of it, right? And from then I can take it from there. So that's a very good thing. I want to start caging up as soon as possible because when this little boy decides to actually give birth, I gotta start thinking about the little ones that's gonna be running up and down, up and down. I gotta get place for them. So that's why I'm actually looking to finish fence this line up to the top side. I did a video recently with, and I want to start fencing the bigger gardens now. Have it ready so when this mates, I can take it up there, and they can get familiar with the garden up there. So that's just it on a whole. If you want to do a lot of farming, you want to do a lot of farming. Farming is not only growing plants, growing stocks. It's actually also doing animals. You want to do birds. The birds are a little more work because they're actually intense to do. You gotta actually fight for that market. With chicken, it's a very good demand, a very high demand. I'm not gonna give anybody no bad advice for it. It's a very good demand, but what I'm saying is actually, I don't got the time to do chicken, but I'm gonna be doing these things which are gonna take less more for time. So for sheep, the good advantage of a sheep is gonna eat as much as anything that you give it wherever you tie it. It's gonna eat as much. It's not gonna refuse. But with the goats more eat the vine. They love vine. They love things that's hanging where they can stretch up to reach to eat. They love these things, which gives their body more tendency to get longer and to develop more faster. You know. But with the sheep, you don't gotta stress your head. You get a good piece of plot, like these are water grass and stuff. You just tie your sheep in the area, and it cleans that area for you in less than no time. Okay, that's the good thing about having sheep. If you want to do things like planting, you don't got someone to help you cut the land. It's a very good investment. I don't think they eat the stalks. They don't eat the stalks. If it's a goat, then I think you're gonna have some problems. But with the sheep, they're gonna eat through the place. You know, the only thing they're gonna do is actually destroy your little peepers that's coming up, and you don't want that. But if you have them controlled, let go between your garden, you're doing figs and planting, I don't think this should be a problem. They're gonna help clean that area for you. So thank you all for watching. I'm getting into livestock. I'm gonna show you guys as much as I'm getting into livestock, what are the challenges I'm facing and what are the things that I'm not facing. So as I said, one of the challenges I know I should be facing is actually when it comes to fencing when it comes to securing young ones. That's going to be one of the challenges I'm going to be facing. But I actually decided to don't let that challenge meet me so that I have to pay for someone thing. I'm going to meet that challenge, which I'm going to be preparing the garden first for it. So when I bring it there, it's already in a cage, it's secure, it's safe. There is no need for it to get running all about in other people's land, eating down the stuffs, and I have to be the one taking the responsibility for it. So if I already do that, if there's any challenges besides keeping them secure in an area, besides the medicine, as I said earlier on, I'm gonna let you guys know. If it's a profitable business for persons who is doing bank work, um, cashing work, because you know those works you go from 8 to 4, 8 to 6 in my country. It's a whole day straight thing. You got your lunch, right? 1 hour lunch, and then you reach home. Sometimes you have to leave 6 in the morning according to the places you're going to work. You gotta leave really early, and you gotta go to work. Okay, and you gotta spend your hour. You don't want to take your hour from St. George's to come up to St. Andrews. It's actually a few miles well enough. You don't want to do that. You want to actually say, well, you see me as a person. I'm going to actually tie my animal in a place that I know for surety. When I'm off to work, I'm going to be spending at least 8 hours. I'm going to actually have my animals in a good place. When I come from work, it's not something that I have to rush through, even if I'm tired, right? So if you're doing something like shot crops, even if you're tired, you gotta come and see how the plants are doing. If you got to spray and you're tired from work, you have to come and spray because you need the plot. But with the ships, you ain't gotta do that. Sometimes you say, well, you see me, I'm just gonna pass with my light, watch and see what's going on. In the morning, first thing, I'm gonna come check them, right? You just make 5 minutes here, everyone is okay, bam, places are secure, the animals are good, and what do you do next? You head off for work. That's a very good investment for persons who is doing like 8 to 4 jobs, or jobs and stuff like that. So even if I want to make a start now, and I said that actually I want to go start working with someone, it's gonna be hard for me because I got a business which I actually have to keep on running, which is my seasoning business. Persons call me anytime, schools call me anytime they want seasonings, I gotta be there to give them. So that's something that I actually failed in, but it's a very profitable business. I'm not gonna say that it's not worth doing. It's very much worth doing. I've seen the production in it, and I seen I can be bigger in it, so that's why I planted more. Um, Besides this, coming with this, sheep, goats, and even cows, I think I had set up myself in a very good area for it. One other thing I can say before I leave, having animals is very good. I paid $350 for that sheep, right? And we're talking about that one item. You may spend $400 on shoes, $500 on shoes. It's actually one item also. But how much shoes could you buy, or could the shoes that you buy for $400 or $300 or $350, could that make another shoe? No, it can't make another shoe. You gotta buy another shoe. But with 350 here, that can make another 350 and another 350 and another 350, and the 350s that he made could make other 350s. So that's how business persons look at business. You don't want to invest in something that's gonna mash up and done and your money is not gonna go anywhere. You want to invest in something that's going to continue going time to time, year to year. You may have kids, they may start loving the animals, the way you grow them up. Sometimes they take over your whole life, you know. They take all your businesses, they run it, and you don't got to worry yourself. That's the whole point of it. So, as I said, this is 350. It's not a shoes, it's not a piece of clothes, it's not a hat, it's not a belt, it's not no designer, but it's actually 350 that can make 350 times 350s. So that's how I see it. And if you see it that way, you're gonna actually be a better person in business. It may not be animals. That's my point. So if you're investing, my point is invest in something that you can stretch your money. So you can take $350, and if I take good care of my animals, I can stretch that $350 to thousands of dollars. It's not me pulling the money like a rubber band, but in me looking at the investment, the opportunity I have with 350, how far I can get to 350. So that's it. That's the whole point of it. If you got the land space, if you got a neighbor that got a big piece of land, he's not doing anything with it. There is plenty of vine, there is plenty of bush there. You see, you love doing animals. Don't just have the man have the land there. Go to him, offer him a price. Yo, I see you got a big piece of land. I don't know where your bung is, but I actually want to rent your land. How much do you think for me to rent it a year? I'm actually working in the bank, so I have an income already, which have to stretch to sustain both my animal and both my debt. So if he said that, okay, I got 1 acre of land and I'm willing to rent that for you for $400 a month, a year, sorry, for a lease. He said, okay, cool. You take it for a year, but you give him the intention that you actually always want to have a garden. I want to have that garden right through. I hope you don't got any plans for it now or later. I'm looking to stay here at least 5 years. That's what you give yourself, right? But you still give him a word of assurance that if you do live to see 5 years ongoing, you want to have that garden still running. So you want to look for something like 20 years. You want to make sure that man have no place, no spot, no idea to do with that piece of land because you want to put animals in there. Number two, you already paying him good. You're not shotting him. He's gonna look out for your animals. He's gonna make sure no one pass there, no one trample with them, no one tamper with them, no one thief them, no one stone them, do any ill to them because he's sure on you are actually paying him a very good money. When he was just sitting home, have that piece of land just sitting there, he's gonna look out for you. That's a very good thing. So that's a very, very good business. And for if you, as I said, you have your banking, you're actually moving up forward. You get the piece of land, you pay the man for it, you give him the intention that you want to be here for 20 years. In 20 years' time, you want to have at least over 2,000 animals in 20 years' time. You don't just want to have an animal in a big piece of land, or 5 animals, or 10 animals in a big piece of land. You want to plan it. So in 1 year time, I want to have at least 10 ships. I cannot start up with 10 ships right now, but if I get a service, I get 3 ships out of this. Then I can have 10 sheep by the end of the year. I just gotta put my sheep in good place where they can eat proper food, give them medication on time, give them water, make sure that all the criteria needs is met just like a child. Okay? And as long as I see growing in that sheep, I'm gonna take another service from it. And besides what it made, if it made 3 in the first drop, right about now I got my hopes up, I can get actually 3 animals there. From 1 drop, I can get 2, right? Very luckily I may get 1, I may get 2 or 3, right? And that's a very good breed. It's a black belly sheep. They eat very clean. You don't have to hurt your head. That's the good thing about them. So what I'm going to do as a young person, I know for sure that I can eat something. I can make a good bit of money from that sheep. 10 sheep in 1 year. It drops 3. I give them time to develop themselves. Then I take a service. The first the first service may not be 2 sheep. It may not be 3 sheep. It will be 1 sheep. So 3 animals after served and reach a maturity age, they can actually take servicing. Then that's 3 other animals by 2 now. So that's 6 animals plus the mother. Right? I got 8 animals there one time. Right? That's 2 drops. When these others come in, I get a ram out of it. If I don't get a ram and I get all female, I just check someone else for a service. Right? For all of them. Different days. And in me getting at least 8 sheep or 9 sheep, because I'm going to have a flock right now, a small flock, then I can offer that person who gave me the services for my 4 animals, if it's 3 female and plus the mother female, 4 animals, which I'm sure I'm going to be getting 3, and maybe 3 from this, it's maybe I would 6 sheep again, I can offer that person 1 sheep out of that for the services that they gave to me. When you do businesses like this, you're going to have someone on your back. You're going to have someone that you can hang on to in hard times. In case that you may sell, you may did a bad math for selling, and you may sell most of your female sheep, and they may need a reproduction. Sorry, not your female. You may sell most of your male ships and they may need a reproduction. And after they gotta go buy someone else to get it. And that person may not be nice as the person that you has. So that's why it's always good to help someone and actually if someone do something for you that you couldn't do for yourself, you try to show a little gratitude or a little respect, a little something that the person is going to be feeling very comfortable with. And by them feeling comfortable with it, you're good. So that's it for now. I think I said that we're going to change it. I'm still thinking. Its belly, it's really big. I don't want to waste the food right now because I got to fence the other garden. And it looks like I want to go eat somewhere new. So I think I'm going to change it. So thank you all for watching. And I'm going to be coming with more videos with my production. I'm going to show you the bigger land. In the bigger land, I got some figs coming up. They're actually small. So what I'm going to be doing, the space is about that same size of this garden. Let's go right up the hill. I'm going to fence my fig. So I'm going to have my fig in the middle. And I'm going to have all my animals around it. So I hope it's going to be looking beautiful. You know, animals on the both sides in a cage. And I got my provisions right in the middle. So it's not really my plan, but how I did the land and how I got a fence, the areas I got a fence, it comes out to be this. So I hope it's going to be actually this. So thank you all for watching. I'm not going to say again to subscribe. I'm not going to say again to like. I'm not going to say again to share. I'm not here to make money. I'm not here to build a big status on YouTube and then afterwards just walk out on everyone and feel that I'm rolling in the dough or I'm high and mighty. I'm collecting money. So my fans are gonna see me and yeah. No, that's not my thing. My thing is actually to help every young person who is coming up, who wanna build a future for themselves, the right way to build a future for themselves. And actually, when they reach that spot, that actually good point where they're comfortable, they can help someone else reach that same spot too. So that's my whole objective. Before I used to say subscribe, I used to say like, I used to say share, but now getting a little older every day, hearing different views every day, understanding life every day, it makes me understand that no one is here to live forever, and money don't stay with one person forever. I could be later on in the future, maybe someone falling back onto my knees. I don't know where I'm gonna fall in the future. So I'm not gonna be here to feel that I'm living a rich life and everybody else should be living a rich life. I'm here to help when I can help. If I can say any good nurturing words to someone, I'm gonna say it. If I don't got anything good to say to anyone, I'll shut my mouth. That's what I'm gonna do. So in life, I'm not gonna come on YouTube and try to make it all excited that anybody could be rich. Yes. Yeah. Thanks, man. So as you can see, that's when you're good to people, they're gonna look out for you. This morning I lost my ship, so I asked him if he saw it. He told me, yeah. No, sir. He told me, no, you haven't seen it and everything. I got it back in that same garden here. It was about a place roaming. And it stays here. I knew he wouldn't have gone anywhere far because there is food here to eat, so it's not going to go anywhere far. I'm even happy that you haven't done any damage to the guyland. And I'm very happy for that. So I'm not going to tie my animal in other person's land. It's not nice. It's only if I ask the permission to do so. So that's why I said you have to have the lands if you're doing animals. Because there is persons who actually want to plant the stuff in their garden too. And they wouldn't like that your animal mashed it down. Even though vice versa for me, he got animals and I got my stuff planted here. I wouldn't like for his animal to mash it down. So that's how we look at life. So as I said, I'm not going to be saying to subscribe, I'm not going to be saying to share, like, and all this stuff like that. If you find this video is a very good video for you, it's fitting your description, it's fitting your criteria, it's fitting someone you're here talking and looking for, I could say, uplifting words from another young person themselves to be motivated, and you find the channel is good and you want to share it to someone, feel free. I'm not going to tell you. They want to subscribe, it's up to them. But my point is, I'm just trying to help everyone here who thinks that they may have little assets and things that is nothing. It's a lot of things. You can take what you got You can take the little what you got and turn it into something big. Every billionaire, every millionaire, every person who is rich got a story to tell. They didn't get rich because you think that they did get rich because their parents were rich. No, their parents had to work for that riches. It starts somewhere. It's all to do with how you end up with it, what you do with it, how far you're willing to take it. And with me, the little I got, I decided I want to go far with it and help myself build other things that I could not have achieved or what my parents could not have achieved. I want to try my best to achieve it. So I'm actually going to put myself there. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to actually try to get everything the way I want it to be. And then if it flows based on my plan, I'm going to say thank God. If it don't flows based on my plan, I'm still going to say thank God because sometimes the way I want it to flow, it may be disaster in the next two treaders though. But the way God wants it to flow, it may be prosperity in the next four treaders though. Right? So that's how you look at life. Life is not stable. It's not something you brag about. It's not something that when you reach a certain criteria or you reach a certain standard in life, you feel you're high and mighty and you're good. You're not going to talk to anyone. You're not going to move with anyone. You feel you want to start having different friends and stuff like that. No. Life is very unexpected. You don't know where you're going to fall later in life. So that's why every day you live it like it's your last day. And every day you can help, you try to help. That's the good thing about life. Don't try to fight up to get posh cars and posh this and posh that, and you don't have any respect. You don't have any, how could I say, no gratitude towards anyone. You just feel what you own is yours, and it becomes, it's your hard work and everything. But still, God is in control of everything, and if you're doing anything, I will actually say you do it to the best of your ability, and if you can help someone else, you help them. So I'm gonna be heading out now. I said I'm gonna be heading out already, but I actually have a lot in store to tell persons. So I'm gonna come with a different skill, a different lifestyle, a different aspect of life to help inspire every young person. As I said, you don't must subscribe because I never want to see myself change. I want to see myself remain how I was. I didn't grow up with riches. I didn't grow up with anything. So I actually going to make sure I live with something, but actually I shared most of what I had in experiences to persons who I see willing to make that achievement. So thank you all. I'm heading out now and see you all in the next video.